Hey! Guess who's back in town and ready to turn things up again? Oh no, not today. Please tell me you meant to text someone else. Oh my god, rude! That's seriously the first thing you say to me? Wow, way to kill my mood instantly, Issa. Sorry, I don't have the energy for whatever chaos you're about to drag me into. History has taught me to run when you show up. Drama queen much? Jeez, you act like I'm the devil. I just wanted to say hi and catch up. You never just want to say hi, Nora. You say hi right before you blow up my life for a week. Wow, okay. Way to assume the worst about your own bestie. So judgmental. Bestie? Haven't we outgrown that word by now? Some of us had to grow up eventually. God, you're even worse than Max these days. What happened to the fun Isabella? She used to know how to have a good time. She disappeared right around the time you forced her to bail you out of jail. Remember that? Oh my god, that was like years ago. Ancient history. You need to get over it already. It's a little hard to get over it when you keep creating new disasters. You're like a walking, talking cautionary tale, Nora. Blah, blah, blah. Seriously, you're so boring now. Life's too short to be miserable all the time. It's not miserable to have stability, Nora. It's called being an adult. You should try it sometime. LOL, pass. Not everyone wants to be stuck in a snooze-fest life like you. I'm living free, thank you very much. Free to make reckless choices. Free to hurt everyone who cares about you. Ugh, you're so dramatic. Just because you're jealous doesn't mean you have to be salty. Jealous? Of what exactly? Of you burning every bridge you ever had? Whatever. You're just bitter because you chose the boring life. Speaking of which, I actually need a teeny tiny favor. Here we go. This is the real reason you texted me, isn't it? Ugh, can you not right now? Just listen. I need you to watch Susie for me today. Nora, I'm not even home. I'm across town running errands. I can't just magically teleport home because you decided to dump responsibility on me. Okay, but like, can't you hurry? It's not that far. You're just being difficult. Difficult? You're the one who's impossible, Nora. Where is Susie right now? OMG, don't freak out. She's fine. I dropped her off at your place. She's probably just chilling on the porch, so you can chill out too, okay? It's not like she's sitting in a blizzard or something. Are you kidding me right now? It's about to storm, Nora. There's a thunderstorm warning flashing across every radio station in this city. Oh my god. You're being so dramatic. It's a little drizzle, Isabella. A few sprinkles. Big whoop. A few sprinkles? She's 5 years old, Nora. She's sitting alone outside and you don't even care. Seriously, she's tougher than you think. Kids need fresh air and stuff. Builds character or whatever. Builds character? Leaving a child alone in a storm builds neglect charges. That's what it builds. Oh, please. It's not like I abandoned her. I knew you'd come running. You're all motherly and whatever. That's not the point. You don't just leave a kid on someone's porch like an Amazon package. OMG, you're so touchy. She's having an adventure. Kids love that kind of stuff. She's fine. An adventure? Being left out in the rain wondering why her mom just disappeared without even a goodbye? You call that an adventure? Well, when you put it like that, you sound like the villain, not me. All this negative energy? Jeez. Negative energy? I'm worried about your daughter, Nora. Forgive me for not being thrilled while she's sitting there soaking wet. It's really not that bad. She'll dry off. Little kids are basically waterproof. I can't believe you sometimes. I really can't. How can you be so casual about your own child sitting out in a thunderstorm? OMG, you act like I left her on the moon or something. She's fine. She's on a porch. Porches have roofs. You're unbelievable. You didn't even check to see if we were home, did you? Well, obviously. I figured you'd be back soon. You're always misresponsible. Always doing the right thing, blah, blah, blah. Unbelievable. You're seriously putting her in danger because you didn't want to deal with her for one day? It's not like that. I had stuff to do. And Susie's like totally obsessed with you anyway. It's basically a win-win. I don't care how you try to spin it. You don't just dump a kid and run off. Well, every second you keep texting angry messages is another second she's sitting in the rain. Maybe get moving instead of writing an essay. The very second that I make sure Susie is safe, I'm calling Max and
On my break, can't call. Text only, but I'm here.
Max, thank God you answered. I really, really need to talk to you right now. It's important.
Okay, you're scaring me a little. What happened?
It's about Nora. She dropped Susie off at my house without telling me. Just left her there.
Wait, what? She just left her? Like dropped her off and drove away? What the hell, Isabella?
I wasn't even home, Max. I was still out running errands when she did it. One of my neighbors found Susie sitting on the porch alone.
Oh my God, is she okay? Where is Susie now?
She's as okay as she can be, considering. My neighbor took her inside when it started raining. I'm rushing back now. I'm maybe 10 minutes away.
Jesus Christ, I don't even know what to say. This is insane. How could Nora think this was okay?
Because she doesn't think, Max. That's the whole problem. She just acts on impulse and expects everyone else to clean up after her.
This is next level bad. I mean, she's been selfish before, but this is straight up dangerous.
Exactly. And the worst part is, I don't even think she realizes how wrong it is. She probably thinks I'm the bad guy for being mad.
God, you're right. You're absolutely right. She's so far gone she can't even tell when she's putting Susie in danger.
It makes me sick. It really does. That poor girl deserves so much better than this.
I know. Susie deserves stability, love, real attention, not a mom who thinks dropping her off like a package is normal.
I can't believe how close we came to something worse happening. What if no one had seen her? What if she had wandered off looking for help?
Don't even say it. I feel like I'm gonna throw up just thinking about it.
We can't keep pretending things will get better on their own. Nora's not going to magically become a real parent overnight.
No, she's not. And every day we wait is just another day Susie's stuck in the middle of this disaster.
We've given her more chances than she deserves. We've been patient. We've tried to talk to her. Nothing changes.
Yeah, and it's Susie who keeps getting hurt over and over again.
Max, I think it's time we did something more drastic. Something permanent.
I was hoping you'd say that, because I've been thinking the same thing for a long time now. I just didn't want to be the one to bring it up.
It's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be clean. But it's better than standing by and watching this happen again and again.
Exactly. I'd rather fight for Susie now than regret doing nothing later.
She deserves a safe home. She deserves people who actually think about her needs, not a mom who treats her like a burden to dump whenever she feels like it.
Yeah, she deserves a hell of a lot better than this.
Then we have to do it, Max. We have to.
We will, no matter what it takes.
Hey, guess who's back from paradise? Had the best week ever. Like literally top 3 of my life. Oh, good. You finally remembered you have a daughter. Jeez, chill. Buzzkill much? I just got back. Let a girl breathe before you start throwing shade. A week, Nora. You were gone for a week without even pretending to check in on Susie. OMG, relax. She was with you. She's not like a baby or something. You're acting like I left her in a dumpster. You practically did. You abandoned her without so much as a warning or a goodbye. God, you are so freaking dramatic. It's not that deep. It is that deep, Nora. You left your child. You didn't even bother to make sure I was home before you dropped her off. Well, you're always so responsible and whatever. I figured you'd be back fast. No big deal. She could have been kidnapped. She could have wandered off into the woods. Anything could have happened, Nora. OMG, she's fine though. Like, seriously, you're freaking out over nothing. I'm freaking out because I care. Something you clearly know nothing about. Ugh, stop it. You're making it sound like I don't love her or something. You don't even love her enough to interrupt your vacation to check if she's alive. Tell me again about love, Nora. Ugh, whatever. It was a romantic vacation, okay? You can't bring a kid on that. Get real. You know what else is real? Being a mother. But I guess you wouldn't know anything about that. LOL, you are so jealous. You're stuck in a boring married life and you can't handle that I'm out here living. I live just fine, Nora. I just don't sacrifice my child's well-being to do it. Yawn. You're like ancient. No offense, but you act like you're 80 sometimes. And you act like you're 15. At least I still know how to have fun. Not my fault you're bitter. Not bitter, just disgusted. Whatever. Point is, I had the most amazing week with my boyfriend. I think he might be the one. The one who encourages you to abandon your child? What a keeper. God, you're impossible. Maybe if you smiled once in a while, you'd get it. Maybe if you cared about someone besides yourself, you'd understand what being an adult means. Blah, blah, blah. Lecture, lecture. When are you gonna get off my case? Let a girl live her dream life. Speaking of real life, Max and I have been talking. Oh, here it comes. More judgment. Hit me with it. It's not judgment. It's facts. We've decided we don't want to give Susie back. LMAO, are you kidding me? Dead serious. We want to adopt her permanently. Good luck! Like a court's gonna just let you steal my kid. No one's stealing anything. You gave her away the moment you decided she was disposable. Oh, whatever. Honestly, you want her so bad? Give me 10 grand and she's all yours. You're serious? Dead serious. Cash talks, baby. Besides, I'm marrying my boyfriend soon. Duh. Child support's gonna dry up anyway. Might as well get something out of it. You're vile. You're worse than I even imagined. OMG, stop being so dramatic. It's just business. Fine, we'll pay you. Hell yeah. But on 2 conditions. Ugh, conditions again? Whatever. What now? 1, you sign over full custody. No visitation, no rights, no coming back later when you change your mind. Duh. Not like I want some brat showing up ruining my hot girl life anyway. 2, you sign a restraining order. You stay away from Max, from me, and especially from Susie. Forever. Easy peasy. Where do I sign? Just make sure the check clears, girl. It's not going to be a check. It's going to be official, notarized, signed paperwork. No loopholes, no drama. LOL, whatever. Give me my money and you'll never hear from me again. Good. That's exactly what Susie deserves. OMG, can we wrap this up already? I got a mani-pedi appointment in like an hour. Priorities, you know. Trust me, Nora. I know exactly where your priorities are. And soon, you'll be nothing but a bad memory. Bye! Have fun playing house. Don't come crying to me when she turns into a teenage nightmare. LOL. We'll take our chances. Hey, stranger! Long time no talk. What do you want, Nora? Geez, cold much? I was just checking in. Wanted to know how my little girl's doing. Your little girl? You forfeited any right to call her that when you sold her to us like she was a used car. You signed full custody away, Nora. You agreed legally never to contact her. OMG, chill. I'm not trying to start anything. I was just curious. Wondering how she's been. You don't get to be curious. You gave up that right the second you cashed the check. You don't gotta be so nasty about it. Like, damn, can't I even ask how my kid's doing? She's not your kid. She's ours. Max and I have raised her, loved her, supported her. Every single thing you should have done but didn't. Whatever. So how is she anyway? If you must know, she's doing exceptionally well. She's attending a private high school on a full academic scholarship. She's a captain of the track and field team. Last year, she won the state championship in the 400-meter sprint. She's brilliant, focused, and thriving. Wow! That's my girl! No, she's my girl. Max's girl, not yours. OMG, chill. Like, whatever. I'm happy for her. She's doing amazing. Clearly she got all that from me. Nothing she is came from you. Everything she is came from who she chose to be and who we taught her to be. Jeez, whatever. You don't gotta get all defensive. I just wanted to talk to her, catch up or whatever. Absolutely not. OMG, why not? You're so selfish sometimes. I'm her real mom. A real mother doesn't abandon her child for a boyfriend and a shopping spree. A real mother doesn't put a price tag on her daughter's life. God, you're so uptight. Even if you adopted her, you can't change biology. She's still my flesh and blood. Funny how biology only matters to you when you want something. You didn't care about biology when you sold her. You didn't care about biology when you spent the money you got on her on luxury vacations. OMG, whatever. You're so bitter. It's not healthy, girl. Maybe that's why it took you and Max, forever to finally have a real kid of your own. That's none of your business. Our struggles are not a punchline for you to mock. Jeez, relax. I'm just saying it must be hard, having a new baby and a teenager in the house. That's a lot. Maybe you could use a little help. What are you getting at, Nora? I mean, if you're feeling overwhelmed or whatever, I could always take Susie back. I mean, it's been years, but no hard feelings, right? You want Susie back? Yeah! She's still technically my daughter, right? I could totally pick up where I left off. You're unbelievable. What? I'm being generous here. You should be thanking me for offering to help lighten your load. Generous? You gave her up for cash like she was an old couch you didn't want anymore. Now you think you can just stroll back in and take her back like nothing happened? Well, yeah. People change, okay? Maybe I'm ready now. Maybe you should have thought about that before you walked away. OMG, stop being so cold. She's my kid, Isabella. She's our daughter. Ours. You are nothing to her but a cautionary tale. OMG, you're so full of yourself. You act like you're perfect. Newsflash, you're not. At least I didn't trade her for a paycheck. You're such a bitter old witch. Whatever. I'll just file for custody and get her back myself. Go ahead and try. You'll be laughed out of the courtroom. We'll see about that. Why now, Nora? Why after all these years are you suddenly desperate to drag her back into your life? Maybe I just want to reconnect, okay? Maybe I just want to have a real mother-daughter relationship again. You think I believe that? After 10 years of silence? After 10 years of pretending she didn't exist? People change. No, Nora, you don't change. You only want Susie back because you're in trouble. What the hell are you talking about? I'm not in trouble. Really? Because according to public court filings, you're about to be charged with fraud. What? How do you even know about that? I keep tabs on people who might be a threat to my family. Unlike you, I protect the ones I love. You're lying. You have no idea what you're talking about. You never notified the court that you gave Susie up. You kept collecting child support from her biological father even after you signed her away. That's fraud, Nora. And now you're going to have to pay back every cent you stole. OMG, no. You don't get it. It wasn't like that. It's not my fault the system's all confusing. It's your fault you chose money over your daughter. Again. Please, Isabella, you don't understand. If they see I have Susie back, maybe they'll go easy on me. Maybe they'll think it was all a misunderstanding or something. It's too late for that. No, it's not. I can fix this. I just need her back for a little while. I already informed the court. They know she's been with Max and me for the past 10 years. You don't have a leg to stand on. No! Nora was arrested and formally charged with fraud. The court ordered her to repay every cent she had wrongfully collected from Susie's father during the years Susie was legally in our custody. Of course, she didn't have the money. She had blown through it all on vacations, clothes, and whatever else caught her attention at the time. Now, her wages are being garnished and she's living in poverty, right where her choices led her. Meanwhile, our family is thriving. Susie has fully embraced life with her little brother. She's the best big sister we could have ever hoped for. Watching them grow together has been the greatest gift Max and I could imagine. We're stronger, happier, and more united than ever. Nora made her choices, and she's living with the consequences. As for us, we're living in peace. Exactly the life Susie always deserved.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
I just heard from Derek. Another month and still no baby. What exactly is your excuse this time, Abby? Matilda, with all due respect, I don't think this is something you should be getting involved in. Don't you dare talk to me like that! This is my family's future we're talking about! Those would be my grandchildren you're failing to produce! We want children too, Matilda. Sometimes these things just take time. It's not something we can control. 4 years, Abby! 4 years since you married my son and still nothing! How much more time do you need? We're doing everything we can, but these things aren't guaranteed to happen right away. It's stressful enough without you breathing down my neck about it. Maybe if you actually enjoyed yourself a little more, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I'm sorry, what? Don't play dumb. Derek tells me everything. He says you're so cold and stiff in bed, it's a miracle he even tries. Matilda, that is absolutely not something you should be commenting on. And frankly, it's deeply disturbing that Derek would discuss those kinds of things with you. Why shouldn't he? I'm his mother. He comes to me for advice like any good son would. This is completely inappropriate. Our marriage is between us. You have no place in our bedroom conversations. Maybe if you actually acted like a wife instead of a frozen corpse, we wouldn't be here. Maybe if you were a little more adventurous and exciting, we'd have a grandbaby by now. I can't even begin to tell you how wrong this entire conversation is. There are boundaries, Matilda. Serious ones. Don't lecture me about boundaries, girl. You're the one who hasn't held up her end of the bargain. What bargain? I married Derek because I love him, not to sign some invisible pregnancy contract. Love doesn't put babies in cribs, Abby. Action does. And you clearly don't have what it takes. This isn't your call to make, Matilda. This is our marriage, our family. You need to back off. Too late for that. Derek's been thinking about divorce, you know. He's tired of waiting. He wants a real wife who can give him what he needs. There's no way Derek said that. He did. And you know what? I agree with him. Your probationary period is over. Probationary period? I'm not a rental car, Matilda. I'm his wife. Not for much longer. 4 long, wasted years. 4 years with nothing to show for it. Derek deserves better, and he's finally going to get it. What are you talking about? Calm down. They haven't met yet. No affair or anything shady. I'm not like that. Then what are you talking about? I found someone for him. A younger, healthier woman. Someone who will give Derek everything he's been missing. I can't even believe what I'm reading. Believe it, sweetheart. She's perfect. Pretty, energetic, eager to start a family. She'll give Derek children the way a proper wife should. You're disgusting. I don't even have words for how wrong this is. Don't get mad at me because you failed. You had your shot. You blew it. I'm not having this conversation with you anymore. I'm going to talk to Derek. We're going to have a real conversation without you inserting yourself into our marriage. You do that. But don't be surprised when he tells you the same thing I did. He's ready to move on, and so am I. Hey there, Derek. I just got done with a very interesting conversation with your mother. Want to guess what she decided to share with me?
Why are you so upset? She just cares about us, that's all.
She knows intimate details about our sex life, Derek. How could you possibly think that's normal?
She asked me how our relationship was doing. What was I supposed to do? Lie to my own mother?
Yes, Derek. That's exactly what you were supposed to do. Or better yet, you should have told her it was none of her business, like any normal husband would. Honestly, how could you allow your mom to be so nosy?
Don't talk about my mom like that. She was just trying to help.
Help? Do you hear yourself right now? There are boundaries, Derek. Your mother has no business knowing what happens in our bedroom.
You're the one making this into a big deal. If you weren't so negative all the time, maybe you'd have a better relationship with her.
Unbelievable. You really think this is my fault?
You're always criticizing her. What do you expect? She's just looking out for me.
Okay, so that's not gonna do it for you, huh? All right, I've got plenty more to talk to you about. Let's move on to round 2. Care to explain why she thinks you want to divorce me?
Look, what do you expect me to do? You still haven't gotten pregnant, Abby. We've been trying for 4 years.
So that's it? Because I haven't given you a baby on your mother's schedule, you want a divorce?
It's not just that. You never even try to make things exciting. Maybe if you'd wear the costume I asked you to wear, things would be better.
Are you serious right now? You think fertility issues are solved by dressing up like a French maid?
My mom said it might help. You never even consider trying what she suggests.
Oh my God! You're a full-grown man taking sex advice from your mother!
Don't say it like that. You're twisting everything.
Am I? Tell me, Derek, at your big age, how is it normal for your mother to be this involved in your marriage?
You're just being mean. I'm telling my mom you said that about her.
Thanks for proving my point. You can't even stand up for yourself without running to her first.
You're impossible. You never appreciate anything I do.
You never do anything without her approval.
Maybe if you respected her more, things wouldn't be this way.
Maybe if you respected me more, we wouldn't be having this conversation at all.
Whatever. You're just bitter because you can't do the one thing a wife's supposed to do.
Oh, you mean get pregnant on demand like a prize cow? Grow up, Derek.
If you're not gonna give me a baby and you're just gonna keep being a jerk to me and my mom, then yeah, maybe I do want a divorce.
Good. At least now you're finally saying it out loud.
Don't act all righteous. You brought this on yourself.
No, Derek. You and your mother brought this on yourselves. I spent 4 years trying to build a real marriage with you, but it turns out I wasn't married to a man. I was married to a little boy who still needed his mommy to tell him what to do.
Stop it! You're being so unfair.
You think this is unfair? What's unfair is the way you let your mother humiliate me. What's unfair is the way you chose her over me every single time.
She just wants what's best for me.
No, Derek. She wants what's easiest for her, and you're too weak to see it.
I'm not weak. I'm just loyal.
Loyal to her, maybe, but never to me, your wife.
You're twisting everything. You're making me sound like some kind of monster.
If the shoe fits.
I hate that you're making me out to be the bad guy.
You are the bad guy, Derek. And the saddest part is, you don't even realize it.
Whatever. I'll be better off without you.
And I'll be thrilled to be rid of you. I wouldn't want to spend one more precious second of my life chained to a pathetic mama's boy.
I'm not pathetic. I'm a good husband. You're just ungrateful.
You lying little snake! I knew you were hiding something from us. Matilda? What on earth are you talking about now? Don't you dare play dumb with me. I saw you today, walking around town with that child. Okay. And? And? You think I wouldn't recognize my own grandson when I see him? Matilda, seriously, I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't lie to me! You've been hiding Derek's child all this time, haven't you? You kept him away from his father. You kept him away from me. Wow, you're really jumping to conclusions here. Answer the question, Abby. Do you have a child? Yes, I do. I knew it. I knew you were a liar all these years. But he's not Derek's child. Oh, please. Don't insult my intelligence. I saw him with my own 2 eyes. That boy's at least 4 years old. You're wrong, Matilda. He's not 4. He's 2. 2? Don't you dare lie to me again. I'm not lying. He just turned 2 last month. I've raised children myself, you little witch. I know what a 4-year-old looks like. Congratulations! You're still wrong. You're just saying that to cover your tracks. You can't fool me, Abby. I know that boy is Derek's. He's not. End of story. End of story? End of story? You're not getting away with this. There's nothing to get away with, Matilda. You and Derek made your choices. You wanted me gone, remember? You ran off with my grandson! No, I had a child with someone else years after Derek and I divorced. Liar! I saw the way that boy smiled. Just like Derek when he was little. Matilda, genetics don't work like that. Plenty of kids have dimples and brown hair. I don't care what lies you spew. You're not keeping my grandson from me. Matilda, he is not your grandson. You think you're so smart, don't you? Think you can rewrite history and get away with it? I'm not rewriting anything. You're just refusing to accept reality. I should have known better than to trust you. You were always a little snake. Funny, I thought I was a failure who couldn't give you a grandchild. Now suddenly I'm the devil for having one? Because you stole him from us. Nobody stole anything. You threw me away. You made it very clear that I wasn't good enough for your precious son. You tricked him somehow, didn't you? You got pregnant right before the divorce and hid it. You really think I'd hide a pregnancy for 9 months and a baby for 4 years? Seriously? You're cunning enough. You've always been a schemer. Matilda, you're embarrassing yourself. Just stop. I'm not letting this go. I'm getting a lawyer. I'll make sure that boy comes back where he belongs. Go ahead. File whatever lawsuits you want. You'll lose, because there's no biological connection between your family and my son. We'll see about that. We will. And you'll end up looking even more foolish than you do right now. I swear, if I have to drag you into court kicking and screaming, I will. You do whatever you need to do, but you are not touching my son. I won't let you poison him against us. He's family. He belongs with us. He belongs with me, his real mother, not some bitter, controlling woman obsessed with bloodlines and appearances. You wretch! I will not be ignored! You're not being ignored. You're being told no, something you've clearly never heard enough in your life. This isn't over, Abby. Not by a long shot. For your sake, I hope it is. You've already humiliated yourself enough for one lifetime. You'll regret this. Mark my words. I regret nothing, especially walking away from you and Derek. Best decision I ever made. You'll pay for this!
Unbelievable! I just heard from Mom! You've been keeping my son from me all this time!
Oh, for the love of... not you too.
Don't you, not you too, me! How could you do this to me, Abby?
Derek, listen carefully. I told your mother, and now I'm telling you. The child you saw with me is not yours.
Liar! You can say whatever you want, but I know he's mine! Mom told me everything!
Oh, that explains it. You believe everything Mommy tells you without thinking for yourself. Some things never change.
Shut up! Don't talk about her like that! She's the only one who ever really cared about me!
Right. Because obviously a caring mother would encourage her adult son to stalk his ex-wife about a child that isn't his.
He looks just like me! You can't lie your way out of this one, Abby!
He's not yours, Derek. Period.
You're so selfish, keeping my kid from me just to spite me!
Again, not your kid.
I cried for an hour straight when Mom told me what you did to me! How could you be so heartless?
Honestly, that doesn't surprise me. You've always been good at crying when you don't get your way.
You don't get to mock me! You stole my son!
There was no stealing. There's no secret. You're just making a fool of yourself based on a fantasy your mother invented.
I'm not letting this go! I demand to see him!
And I'm telling you no. You have no right.
You can't keep him from me. I'll go to court. I'll tell everyone what you did.
Feel free. I'll bring the birth certificate and the DNA test and my husband. You'll lose.
Wait, you're married?
Yes, Derek. Happily married to a man who's actually capable of putting someone else before his mother.
You forced another man to raise my son?
For the last time, he's not your son.
You're sick, Abby. Twisted!
If you think trying to build a happy family is twisted, that says a lot more about you than me.
You're not gonna get away with this.
Get away with what exactly?
I'm gonna get my son back one way or another.
There's nothing for you to get back, Derek. You lost the only family you ever could have had when you threw away your marriage.
You think you're so smart, but the truth always comes out.
The truth is already out. You just refuse to hear it.
This isn't over, Abby. I'll fight for him. I'll fight for what's mine.
I'm not afraid of you, Derek, and neither is my family.
Enjoy your lies while you can, because soon you'll have nothing left.
The only thing I've lost, Derek, really can't decide if you and your mother are more stupid or more evil.
This is ridiculous! You're insane! They're gonna realize it's all just a misunderstanding!
Misunderstanding? You and your deranged mother tried to kidnap a child from a daycare!
You're making it sound worse than it was! We were just trying to bring my son home!
You really are hopeless, and just when I thought you couldn't get any lower.
Thanks to Mom, we finally knew exactly where he was. We just needed to get him out of there.
Get ready for the best part, genius. The boy you tried to kidnap? Not your son. Not my son either.
Liar! He looks exactly like me. Everyone sees it.
Yeah, my sister's son. Yeah? Well, you and your mother are blind as well as brain dead. That little boy you scared half to death? That was my nephew.
What?
My sister's son, Derek. You know, my sister who gave birth about 6 months after you and I got divorced?
No, that doesn't make sense.
It makes perfect sense, because your math skills are just about as bad as your judgment.
You're just making this up to cover your tracks!
Oh, please. You think the daycare isn't gonna testify? You think the security footage isn't gonna show you two lunatics barging in?
But why were you taking him to daycare?
Because my sister watches my 2-year-old while I walk my nephew to his preschool class. He loves me. And unlike you and your mother, I actually know how to treat a child with love and respect.
No way! I don't believe you!
It really doesn't matter what you believe, Derek. The police already know the truth. The prosecutors already know the truth. And you're just a pathetic, desperate criminal now.
It was a misunderstanding! I didn't know! You can't blame me for that!
A misunderstanding? You stormed into a locked daycare! You scared every child in that building half to death. They had to put the whole campus on lockdown.
I just wanted my son back!
He's not your son! He never was. And now you've traumatized a room full of innocent children because you couldn't accept reality.
I didn't mean to! Please, Abby, you have to understand.
Oh, I understand perfectly. You are exactly the selfish, brainless man your mother raised you to be.
Please, Abby, tell them it was a mistake! Tell them I'm sorry!
You think an "I'm sorry" is going to fix what you did? You think those terrified little kids are just going to forget the crazy man who tried to drag one of them out of class?
I wasn't trying to hurt anyone!
Intentions don't erase consequences, Derek. You're lucky they didn't shoot you on sight.
Please, Abby, I'll do anything! Don't let them throw me in jail!
You earned every single day you're about to spend behind bars. And if there's any justice in the world, you'll have plenty of time to reflect on all the ways you failed as a man.
Abby, please, I'm begging you!
Save your breath. I'm not wasting one more second of my life worrying about you. You're not my problem anymore.
I'm sorry! I'm sorry for everything!
You're sorry you got caught. That's all. Matilda and Derek got off with surprisingly light sentences. Their lawyer spun the entire trial into a story about their naivety and poor judgment. He was practically begging the court to see them as harmless fools instead of criminals. Honestly, it wasn't far from the truth. The prosecutor shredded them during the closing arguments, but stupidity isn't a crime, and unfortunately it worked in their favor. They'll still carry criminal records for the rest of their lives, but I would have preferred to see them behind bars for a lot longer. What haunted me more was what they put my nephew through. I felt an enormous weight of guilt toward my sister for everything that happened. She trusted me to walk her son to school, and somehow my past came crashing into that safe little world. I took her out to a nice dinner to apologize. She was incredibly understanding, even when I didn't deserve it. Though, being my sister, she couldn't resist teasing me a little. She said if I had picked a husband with an IQ higher than his age, none of this would have happened. I can't even argue with that. She has me dead to rights.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, you've been getting home later and later lately. Is everything okay?
Not this again. Why can't you just let me have a little fun without blowing up my phone every 5 minutes?
I'm not blowing up your phone, I'm just concerned. It's almost 3 in the morning, Connie. You didn't even tell me you were going out tonight.
Because I don't have to. You're not my warden, Jim. I don't owe you a schedule.
It's not about control, it's about common courtesy. All I'm asking for is a message. Hey, going out, be back late. Is that really so hard?
Maybe you should get a hobby instead of waiting around like some sad little puppy.
Maybe you could act like you're married instead of single.
Wow, look at you, throwing a tantrum. Newsflash, Jim. I'm allowed to have a life outside of being your boring housewife.
You're allowed to have a life, but you're not allowed to treat me like a human wallet while you do it.
Oh my God, are you seriously bringing this up right now? I swear, you are obsessed with money.
I'm obsessed with trying to figure out why my credit card statement contains about $1,500 in charges I didn't make. You seriously thought I wouldn't notice that massive charge?
Honestly, yeah. I figured you'd be too busy working to bother checking.
So the plan was to spend my money and just pray I didn't notice?
It's called trust, Jim. Maybe you should look it up sometime.
Trust isn't blowing thousands of dollars on clothes, jewelry, and spa days while lying about it.
What's yours is mine, Jim. That's literally the point of marriage.
Marriage isn't a license to drain someone dry and leave them with nothing.
Stop being so dramatic. It's just money. You'll make more.
Yeah, assuming you don't spend us into bankruptcy first.
I think you ought to be considering just what sort of position you're in, Jim. Because if you keep bugging me like this, I'll call Daddy. And believe me, Jim, you don't want that.
Really? You're gonna threaten me with your father again?
Oh, I'm not threatening. I'm promising. All Daddy has to do is make one phone call to your company, close the account, and boom, you're done.
You really think this is normal behavior?
I think you're lucky to have me at all. Most guys would kill to have a wife this hot and this connected.
Most guys would run for the hills.
Yeah, well, you're not most guys, Jim. You're my guy. Which means you do what I say, smile while you do it, and stop whining about every little thing.
Every little thing? We're not talking about me forgetting to take out the trash. You're blowing through our savings like it's Monopoly money.
It's our money. And if you can't handle me spending a little to enjoy life, maybe you shouldn't have married me in the first place.
Trust me, I'm thinking about that a lot lately.
Keep up that attitude and you're gonna find yourself broke, single, and begging me to take you back. Daddy won't even need to lift a finger.
You are unbelievable.
You should be thanking me for not already telling him what a miserable husband you are.
Yeah, thanks for the favor. Real generous of you.
You're welcome.
Whatever, Connie. I'm done arguing with you. Enjoy your little party.
Don't worry, I will. Unlike you, my friends actually know how to have a good time. Don't wait up for me.
Not planning to.
Maybe I'll come home tomorrow. Or maybe not. You'll find out when you find out.
Talk! I just checked the account. You used my card again after I explicitly told you not to.
Ugh, are you seriously blowing up my phone over that? Get a grip, Jim. You're embarrassing yourself.
I'm not embarrassing myself. You're the one spending money we don't have like you think it grows on trees. This is serious, Connie. You can't keep doing this.
Maybe you can't keep whining. Did you ever think of that? Your constant complaining is a total buzzkill.
Connie, it's not buzzkill to expect my wife to not rob me blind while I'm working overtime.
Oh, spare me the sob story. You know who I was when you married me.
Apparently, I didn't know the half of it.
Maybe you just weren't paying attention. Not my fault you're boring and clueless.
You want to talk about clueless? You blew $6,000 in 2 days. Do you even remember what you bought?
Details, details. The point is, I was living my best life, which is more than I can say for you.
You need to return everything you bought today.
LOL, not happening. I already wore half of it. And besides, returns are so tedious.
Then pay for it yourself.
Why would I do that when I can just remind you how much Daddy's business means to your little employer?
Of course, right back to Daddy every single time.
Hey, I use the tools I'm given. You should be thankful Daddy likes you even a little bit.
I don't want his approval. I want a wife who doesn't threaten to ruin my life every time she maxes out a credit card.
Well, tough, because this is what you signed up for.
I signed up for marriage, not financial blackmail.
If you hate it so much, maybe you should get a second job, you know, so you can keep up with me.
I'm not getting a second job so you can buy another designer bag.
Whatever. I don't need your permission anyway. Because guess what, Jimmy boy? I'm going on vacation!
Vacation?
Yup, booked it this morning. Hawaii, VIP resort, the works.
And let me guess, you used my card to pay for it.
Duh. How else was I gonna snag the penthouse suite?
Unbelievable. That's all I can say. You're unbelievable.
And if you're even thinking about disabling that card, don't bother. Because if you do, I'll divorce you so fast your head'll spin.
And let me guess, your daddy will crush my career into dust too?
Bingo! Maybe you're not as stupid as you look after all.
This isn't sustainable, Connie. You can't just keep threatening me forever.
Watch me. Have fun sitting at home while I live it up in Hawaii. Maybe I'll come back. Maybe I won't. You'll just have to wait and see. Actually have lives.
I was going through the purchases you made yesterday, the ones you charged to my card without permission again.
Yeah? And? Did I buy something you don't approve of? Boo-hoo.
No, not the purchases themselves. It's where you made them.
Oh my god, Jim. Who cares where I went?
I care when half of them are romantic beachside restaurants, couples spas, and jewelry stores.
So what? A girl can't treat herself?
Funny, a lot of those places offer romantic getaway packages. You don't really strike me as someone who books a couples lovers massage for herself.
Maybe I just felt like being extra pampered. Ever think of that?
Who are you with, Connie?
None of your business. Drop it.
No, not this time. Who are you with?
You're really pushing your luck, Jim. If you keep asking stupid questions, you're not gonna like the answers.
I think I already know the answers. I just want to hear you say it.
You're such a drama queen. God, no wonder you're so pathetic.
Did you have a good time at that beachside dinner for two? Or the luxury couples spa treatment? Or the 5-star suite that only allows dual bookings?
What are you implying?
You know exactly what I'm implying. You're not stupid, you just think I am.
Are you seriously accusing me of cheating on you?
I'm not accusing you, I'm stating the obvious.
Good, because guess what? I am cheating on you, and I'm not even sorry.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe if you weren't such a boring loser, I wouldn't have had to find someone else to keep me entertained.
You disgust me.
Oh, don't be so dramatic. It's not like you didn't see this coming. You knew you couldn't keep up with me.
Who is he?
Wouldn't you like to know? Let's just say he's everything you're not. Exciting, rich, actually knows how to make a woman feel alive.
And I suppose he's footing the bill for all those luxury expenses too?
LOL, no. You are, dummy. Thanks for the vacation. Me and my boyfriend really appreciate it.
Unbelievable.
I mean, come on. Would you really expect me to waste my money on some guy? Please. That's your job.
You're unbelievable! Absolutely unbelievable!
Face it, Jim. You're never getting rid of me. You'll keep funding my fun, or I'll tear your whole life apart.
You're already doing a good job of that without any extra effort.
And you'll keep smiling while you do it. Because if you even think about fighting back, Daddy's gonna make sure you never work in this town again.
I'm not putting up with this anymore.
Oh yes, you are. You'll sit there like the good little ATM you are, and you'll keep paying for my happiness, or else.
You're sick, Connie. Completely rotten.
Maybe, but at least I'm not broke and boring like you.
You seriously think you have the upper hand here?
I know I do. You're nothing without me. Nothing without my daddy's protection.
You shouldn't be so confident, Connie. You're not as untouchable as you think.
Please, what are you gonna do, Jim? Write me a sad little letter? Cry to HR? Call my daddy and tattle on me? Grow up.
No, but you're gonna find out soon enough.
Oh, so scary. You sound so serious. Should I be shaking in my designer heels?
Maybe you should. Enjoy your little vacation while you can.
Believe me, I will. Unlike you, my boyfriend actually knows how to treat a woman right.
We'll see how long that lasts.
LOL, whatever, loser. I'm going back to my boyfriend now. Have fun sitting in your sad little apartment thinking about everything you lost.
I'm not the one who lost, Connie. You are. You just don't realize it yet.
Keep telling yourself that. Maybe someday you'll even believe it. Jim? What the hell is going on? I just tried to use my credit card and it got declined right in the middle of the store. I had a cart full of clothes and everyone was staring at me like I was some kind of criminal. Fix this right now.
No mistake, Connie. I had the card disabled this morning, and frankly, it should have been done a long time ago.
You can't do that! That's my card, too! You had no right to just shut it off without even telling me!
It's not your card. It's my personal account under my name alone. And after everything you've pulled, there's no way you're getting another dime out of it.
You selfish bastard! You better fix this right now, I swear. I'll call Daddy and make sure you regret ever pulling this little stunt.
Go ahead, pick up the phone. Call him. See if that makes a difference.
Don't think I won't. You know damn well Daddy has enough influence to crush your pathetic little company in 5 minutes flat. If he pulls his orders, you'll be out on the streets.
You really believe that, don't you? That Daddy's company holds all the cards and that my employer would just fold overnight if he got upset?
It's not a belief, it's a fact. Daddy buys millions of dollars worth of parts from you every year. Without him, your company's finished.
You might want to sit down for this, Connie, because you've been living in a fantasy world for a very long time. The truth is, it's your father's company that needs us, not the other way around.
What? You're insane. Daddy can get whatever he needs from somewhere else if he has to.
No, he can't. You'd know that if you ever paid attention to anything beyond your next shopping trip. My company owns the patents on every single part your dad's business relies on. There's no alternative supplier, no second source, no backup plan he can call. If he loses us, he loses everything.
No! I don't believe you. You're just trying to scare me.
Believe whatever you want, it doesn't change the facts. Your father's entire product line depends on us, and without our shipments, his production comes to a grinding halt.
Daddy's been working with your company for years. They wouldn't just drop him like that.
They would, and they did. The only reason your father ever got the discounts, the priority shipments, and all the other special treatment he's used to is because the old CEO was his friend. But that CEO retired last year, and the new one isn't interested in personal loyalty. He's interested in profit. And your father's endless demands and last-minute changes were costing us far more than he was worth.
You're lying! He's still a valuable client.
Not anymore. The new management ran the numbers and it was an easy call. Your father's company got officially cut off yesterday.
Cut off? What does that even mean?
It's too late to fix anything, Connie. The call was already made yesterday. The last shipment our company is ever going to make to your dad's company was sent out last night. Once those parts run out, your dad's entire production line will grind to a halt, and there's not a damn thing you can do to stop it.
You're doing this on purpose to hurt me. You're trying to destroy my family.
No, Connie, you and your father did that all by yourselves. I'm just finally walking away before you drag me down with you. This is what happens when you treat people like pawns, Connie. Eventually, the board flips over.
You're seriously unbelievable, Jim. How can you stand there like some smug executioner while you tear apart people's lives without a second thought? Do you even have a soul anymore?
If I don't, Connie, it's only because you spent 4 years carving pieces out of it. Every lie you told, every dollar you stole, every time you laughed in my face while you flaunted someone else. You didn't seem to worry about my life back then. Funny how it only matters now that it's your comfort on the chopping block.
This isn't the same. Marriage is supposed to mean something. You're supposed to stick by your partner even when things get tough.
Marriage means partnership, Connie. Marriage means loyalty, respect, love, none of which you ever gave me. You used me, you drained me dry, you mocked me to my face, you treated me like a paycheck and a punching bag, not a partner. So don't you dare preach about what marriage is supposed to mean.
I made mistakes, okay? Everybody makes mistakes. You didn't have to go nuclear.
You didn't make mistakes, Connie. You made choices over and over again, and now you finally have to live with them.
Whatever. At least I still get to keep all the amazing stuff I bought with your card. So thanks for that, loser.
You can keep the junk, Connie. I'm not interested in a single thing you touched. But don't get too comfortable, because you're gonna pay me back every single dollar you stole!
Ha! Good luck with that. There's no way you can make me pay you back.
I have every text message where I told you clearly and explicitly not to use my card. Every charge you make after that is documented. That's fraud, Connie, and the court isn't gonna be on your side.
You're such a liar! We're married. What's yours is mine. You can't sue me.
What's yours is mine might sound cute on a pillow, but it's not a legal principle. The credit card is mine, the account is mine, and when you use it without permission, it's theft, plain and simple.
It doesn't matter. We're married. Married people share everything.
Not when one partner revokes permission in writing. I have everything I need to prove it. You're gonna be on the hook for every last cent plus damages. And there's not a thing you can do to stop it.
No! You can't do this to me. That would destroy me. My credit. My job prospects. My future. I'll have nothing left.
Good! Maybe for once in your life you'll understand what it feels like to lose something that matters!
Please, Jim, please, please, please. I'll fix everything. I'll break up with my boyfriend. I'll come home. I'll be the wife you always wanted.
Don't bother, I'm already packing. I'll be moved out before you even figure out how badly you screwed yourself.
You're just mad. You don't mean it. We can fix this if we just talk.
I'm not mad, Connie. I'm done. There's a difference.
Please, Jim. Please give me one more chance. I swear I'll change. I'll do whatever you say. I'll be perfect.
If you were capable of that, you would have done it years ago. I'm not interested in fixing someone who broke themselves and blamed me for it.
I can't do this without you. Please, Jim. Don't leave me alone. I'll die without you.
You'll survive, Connie. You survived just fine when you thought you had better options. You'll survive now.
I'll never love anyone like I loved you. Please don't walk away. Please don't give up on us.
There is no us anymore. There's me moving on and you facing the consequences you tried so hard to pretend didn't exist. If you have anything more to say, tell it to my lawyer. As far as I'm concerned, this conversation is over.
Jim? Jim, please.
Half as much time learning basic legal facts as she did memorizing credit card numbers, she might have saved herself a lot of grief. The court didn't take long to see through her nonsense. They ruled in my favor on every point. She got basically nothing out of the divorce. No spousal support, no property settlements, not even the junk she bought on my card. Instead, she was slapped with an order to pay back every single cent she stole after I revoked her permission. The sum was astronomical. Between the luxury vacations, the shopping sprees, the romantic getaways she funded for herself and her boyfriends, it added up fast. The kind of debt you don't recover from in one lifetime. Meanwhile, my own life took a sharp turn upward. It was actually my idea to branch our company out to other buyers once the old CEO retired. I made the right call at the right time, and they rewarded me for it with a big promotion. Funny, isn't it? All the damage Connie tried to cause ended up pushing me into a better life. I guess that's the one thing I have to thank her for.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Melina, do you have a second?
Hey, Jonah. You're still at work now, correct? What's going on?
This is about that dress for Katie and her upcoming birthday. Your mom wants to know about it. Did you finish up with it yet?
Oh, right. I heard that the dress has been finished up and is ready to go. Next Monday I'll have the day off work, so that's when I'll have time to head out and go get it. Is there something my mom wanted with it?
You of all people know that your mom doesn't really talk with you much, but she told me that this is your first time dealing with a child's dress, right? And, well, she got in touch with me to ask if you'd be able to have everything ready by the time of Katie's birthday.
I see.
And another thing, tonight after I finish work, I'm going back over to my parents' place and I'll be staying the weekend there.
What? Is there something going on there?
I just heard that my sister is bringing my niece home for once and I'll be able to see her again. And, well, I can't let a chance like that slip through my fingers, right?
So it's May that'll be coming, right? I see.
What?
It's nothing. I'm just wondering if she'll be asking for more expensive toys this time or not.
And so what if she does? She's my cute little niece, so what's wrong with me treating her to some gifts?
Well, you never really do things like that for your own daughter, Katie.
Well, besides her birthday and Christmas, there's no other important times of the year for her, right?
Whatever, Jonah. Even though I'm bringing this up again, you're still not getting my point.
Huh? Well, so be it. I'm going back to work now.
Hey, Jonah. I just got a call from my mom saying that you went to go and get that dress for Katie.
Huh?
She asked me if I knew anything about you going out to get that dress, and I had no clue either.
Oh, so she contacted you about that? Well, so be it. I was able to at least get it.
What are you talking about? We already talked about how I'd be going out to get the dress on Monday once it was finished. And by the way, my mom told me that you told her you'd be taking that dress and going with it to your parents' house? What the hell are you wanting to do with it?
Actually, today is May's birthday and all.
Huh? May is celebrating her birthday today? Don't tell me you're taking that dress to her so that she can wear it today.
That's what I'm doing, though.
Are you kidding me? I was working on that dress with the help of my mom for Katie to wear at her birthday party next week. Katie hasn't even gotten to try it on yet.
Katie has her birthday on the 15th, right? But May's birthday is on the 13th, which means she gets to come first. I know it's a little early, but this is when she wanted to celebrate. The choice was between saving this for Katie or using the dress right now as a present for May. So I chose May. I'll make sure to give the dress to Katie later, okay?
Hold on a second. Did you ask for us to make that dress for May and not really for Katie?
I already spoke to Katie about this, so it's fine, right?
What? Katie knows about this?
At first, Katie started to cry because she wanted it to be her dress and all, but then I told her that she's not my kid if she acts that way. I had to teach Katie a lesson for acting like that when May said that she wants to wear it too. After yelling at her a bit, she finally agreed to let me give the dress to May.
What the hell? You're a dick, Jonah.
I knew you'd say something like that, and that's why I told Katie to never tell you about it. I made the right choice.
What the actual hell are you thinking, man? How about instead of taking the dress we were making for Katie and giving it to May, you go out and get a different dress for her birthday? You could have even asked us to make one for her too, and we would have.
My sister told me that it would be a waste of money to get May a dress just to wear on her birthday this year. But if she didn't get one, I'd feel bad for the poor girl, all right? That's why I'll let May wear the dress that was meant for Katie.
Don't you feel bad for Katie?
It's not like I'll be giving this dress to May for her to keep, so stop getting all worked up like Katie was.
My mom and I made that dress for Katie to wear. No matter how you look at this, you caring more about May is straight up wrong for you to do.
I just got here, so stop it with all of that whining already.
You really are an asshole, Jonah. I figured for some time now that you had something for May over Katie. But what you're doing now is completely screwed up. Your child isn't May, but Katie. Are you aware of that? Dude.
Would you look at that? May is already dressed up in that cute little dress. So cut it out with all of that whining now. We're gonna start celebrating her birthday now. You and Katie were never invited, so don't even try coming out here.
Even if we were invited, we wouldn't be going there.
Is that right? Hey, Melina. I just got back to the house, but what's up with this divorce paper?
Well, you're home already. I thought that you'd just stay there at your parents' house and get married to your sister so you could have May as a daughter.
Huh? What are you going on about? Why would I ever want to do all of that when I already have my own house and daughter?
I'm saying that we don't need a man like you in our family, when you never think about your own daughter nor care about her feelings.
What? Wait, that was never my...
Then why, Jonah? Why would you go out and take that dress my mom and I worked so hard on for Katie and bring it out for May to wear instead on her birthday?
I was just letting her borrow it. And by the way, I brought it home with me for Katie.
Listen, Jonah, my mom and I spent so much time working on that dress because my mom really wanted to make her granddaughter's day by giving her the best dress ever with me. But when you went out and grabbed that dress and then told my mom you would be heading over to your parents' house to go see your niece, you stomped on my mom's wishes and desires.
What? Hey, come on now. I let her borrow it and took it right back afterwards.
You don't have to understand what I'm saying, honestly. All of the people who are trying to help you get out of that messed up mind of yours are wasting their time trying to deal with you. That's why I've had enough. I am going to divorce you now. Both my mom and dad were furious about this, and Katie says that she hates you now.
What?
There's no way you're getting her trust back now, asshole.
Hey, Melina, what the hell is that picture you just posted on your Instagram?
If it isn't Jonah. Long time no see. It's been 2 months now since we had that divorce, so what do you want from me?
I'm talking about Katie's birthday. That dress she's in. The one you just posted her wearing on your Instagram. I can't really see her face, but that is Katie in that picture, right?
Ah, you're on about that? Is there something wrong with this?
That's totally different from the dress that May was in.
Yes, it sure is. That's because my mom and I worked on making a completely new one for Katie. It takes about 1.5 months to make a dress sometimes, and so for Katie, she had to wait 2 months before she could have her birthday party. She was finally able to enjoy her birthday.
Why? I gave you back the dress that I had May wear.
Yeah, you did give that one back. After learning about what went down from both your parents, your brother-in-law was pretty upset about what you did, right?
What?
It seems that your sister got around $2,000 from her husband's parents to spend on May's birthday, which included getting her a brand new dress. But that $2,000, it ended up going towards your sister buying herself a new high-end bag, right? And when your sister came crying to you about it, she asked you to get her Katie's dress, right? After that had been found out by everyone in the family, both you and your sister were divorced and lost custody of your kids, right? And your parents disowned the both of you as well?
I never thought that things would end up like this.
And that is why I really don't care about what's happened to you since then, Jonah.
What are you talking about?
Well, there was something else I heard about that really pissed me off to the point of losing all interest in you.
What?
Your brother-in-law asked me afterwards about selling her dress to get some of the money back that his wife, your sister, had taken from him. And so with the help of him and his parents, we sold it, and I gave him the money.
You what?
Thankfully, however, your parents had a beautiful old dress lying around from long ago that they said could be resized and given to Katie for her birthday. And that's where my mom and I stepped in and started to break that dress down and turn it into something completely new for Katie.
And that's why that dress in the picture is totally different?
Yep. My mom and I were forced to make another dress in the end, but the silk from your mom's old dress turned out to be some of the best material ever, and we put it to very good use. So that's the one thing I can be thankful for from all of this.
What the heck? I was forced into giving up a lot of my savings because of my sister's poor spending habits, and now we're having to pay for both Katie's and May's child support, so all of the money I had is draining away. If you had the money to make up a new dress like that, you could have used some of it to help me out.
Hey, everyone has cut ties to you, right? Do you understand what those words mean? Are you aware that you have nobody that wants to be around you anymore?
But Melina, my older sister won't even get a freaking job. After the divorce, she forced her way into this tiny apartment I was forced to get. All day long, she just sits around being lazy and is using up all of the water and electricity. She's also eating all of the food I get within days. She'll even order delivery all the time and use up my money on it. I'm not able to save a damn penny anymore. Why the hell?
I always assumed that your love for May over Katie was due to how much you were attached to your older sister ever since we started to date.
What?
But I guess you really do just let her have her way with you, huh?
Shut the hell up! If you can't understand how hard things are for me, you shut the hell up!
Sure, you don't have to tell me twice.
What?
You just wanted to ask about Katie's dress, right? Any other talk is just a waste of our time now.
No, wait,
I never really cared about my ex's life after the divorce anyway, so you sitting there going on about how things are going for you is kind of annoying me.
No, wait a second!
So, goodbye forever.
No, wait, I didn't want to annoy you. Actually, I wanted to ask if you could ask for a little less from me in child support every month. Hey, Melina!
The request to reduce child support came up in the very last moment. At this point, the amount had already been set at the minimum allowable, so the fact that my ex-husband is asking for an even greater reduction just indicates how cornered he must feel. During our divorce proceedings, I sought help from a lawyer who handled everything on my behalf. The lawyer also conveyed a similar request from him, suggesting that I might be the reason for his financial struggles, saying, "Isn't it because he's been pampering your sister-in-law too much?" When this message was relayed back to him, I heard he had a rather stunned expression on his face. It was not long after that, however, that my ex-husband went completely off the grid. While he continues to pay the child support regularly, which allows me to manage my living expenses, I can't help but wonder about his current situation. I suspect he must be doing well enough to afford the payments, yet something feels off. Meanwhile, my former sister-in-law, left behind with no other options, came to the realization that she had to start working to support herself. She accepted a live-in position at a workplace, which must have been a significant adjustment for her. I can only imagine how difficult it must be for her, especially since she's not worked before. The transition from a life of comfort to one filled with the harsh realities of daily labor has been hard on her. Reports indicate that she's struggling tremendously with this new reality. The initial excitement of independence quickly wore off, and she's been crying daily, overwhelmed by the demands of her new job. The hard work and exhaustion are evidently taking a toll on her both physically and emotionally. She's facing a steep learning curve, dealing with responsibilities that she had previously avoided. It's almost as if she's had to awaken from a long, cozy dream into a cold and unforgiving reality. I can't help but reflect on how differently she viewed her life before all this chaos ensued. She once lived comfortably, perhaps a bit too comfortably, thanks to the support of my ex-husband. Now she's facing the consequences of their decisions and lifestyle choices. I genuinely feel sorry for her. The job she's taken is no walk in the park. It demands not just physical effort, but also mental fortitude, and she seems to be struggling with both aspects. It's heartbreaking to think that someone I once called family is now in such a painful situation. Yet, as much as I empathize with her plight, I also recognize that this may serve as a harsh lesson. Life does not always go according to our plans, and when faced with adversity, we often discover strengths we never knew we had. Perhaps this experience will force her to grow and mature in ways she hadn't anticipated. While it's sad to see her suffering, I hope that she eventually finds a way to cope with and thrive in her new environment. On the other hand, my ex-husband's behavior continues to baffle me. One moment, he's pleading for a decrease in child support, and the next, he disappears entirely. It's clear he's under significant stress, and I can only guess the circumstances that led him to this point. Did he mismanage his finances? Did he make choices that put him in a compromising situation? Regardless, he's made it clear that he's unable to handle his responsibilities. The lack of communication from him raises many questions. Is he simply overwhelmed, or is he attempting to escape from his obligations? Either way, I have to keep moving forward. I have to focus on my life and my children's well-being. While his decisions affect us, I can't allow them to define our future. I'm committed to providing for my children and ensuring that they have a stable and nurturing environment. Their needs must come first. Looking back, I realize how crucial it is to have a support system in times of turmoil. Whether it's friends, family, or colleagues, having people to lean on during challenging times makes a significant difference. Although my former sister-in-law may not have had the same network, I hope she finds her footing soon. Perhaps she can reach out to others in her workplace or community for support. It's vital for her mental health to have someone to talk to, someone who can understand what she's going through. In the meantime, I will continue to navigate this new chapter in my life, one step at a time. I know I have to remain strong, not just for myself, but also for my children. They look to me for guidance and stability, and I refuse to let them down. While life has thrown its challenges our way, I remain hopeful that brighter days are ahead. After all, resilience is built through adversity, and I am determined to emerge stronger on the other side of this situation. As for my ex-husband and former sister-in-law, I can only hope that they find a way to confront their respective realities. Life is filled with ups and downs, but it's how we respond to those challenges that truly defines us. Each day presents new opportunities for growth, and I trust that they will eventually come to understand that as well. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching.
Hey, Keaton, is it true that you started working at a factory?
Huh? Oh, Dan, it's been a while, hasn't it? Since the middle school reunion, I think. What's up?
Forget the small talk, just answer my question. You were working in sales at some big company, right? If I remember correctly, it was one of those well-known, prestigious ones. And now I heard you're working at a factory. Is that true? Like, seriously?
Yeah, you heard right. I started training at a factory in M-Town about 2 weeks ago. It's a pretty solid place.
I knew it! I saw you in your work clothes heading into one of the factories my company outsources to, and you're still in training? So let me get this straight. You're 30 years old and you're a newbie at a factory? You gotta be kidding me. That's just too rich.
I don't really see what's so funny about it.
What's not funny? I mean, come on, you've got a good education, a decent degree, and you worked for one of those big, shiny companies. You probably wore a suit and everything, and now, what, you're in a factory? What kind of twist of fate is that? What happened? Did you mess up so bad they had to kick you out? I can't stop laughing. You went from climbing the corporate ladder to what, the bottom rung of a factory job? That's gotta sting, right? Now you're basically working for a company that's under mine. This is way too good. Man, remember back in middle school, you were always ahead of me, Keaton. Always. You got elected as student council president, leaving me in the dust. Everyone liked you. Even the hottest girl in school had the guts to confess to you. What was her name again? Jessica, right? You had it all.
I turned her down, though. It wasn't a big deal.
That's exactly why it pisses me off, you know? Like, who even does that? Someone like her confesses and you just casually turn her down? You didn't even care. You were always acting like you were above it all. That's the kind of thing that really sticks with a guy. It's why seeing you now in a low-paying factory job feels so damn satisfying. It's like the universe finally gave me a win. Here you are working at some factory while I've got a steady job and a good salary at a better company. It's poetic justice if you ask me. Now you're just a bottom feeder, a cog in the machine. How's that feel, huh? It's gotta suck.
Look, that's not exactly what happened, Dan. There's more to the story than you think, but honestly, after hearing you talk, I don't feel like explaining it to you. It's clear you're just here to gloat.
Oh, what's this? Is that supposed to be some kind of lame excuse? Come on, man, don't act all high and mighty now. I get it, you're just bitter trying to play it cool because you can't stand the fact that you've fallen so far. But the truth is, you're at the bottom now, just like the rest of the losers who can't make it. It's gotta hurt, huh? Admit it! Seeing me doing better than you has gotta burn a little.
You know, Dan, you're exhausting. Seriously, I didn't leave my old job because I failed. I left because I wanted something different. But I'm done with this conversation. You're not worth the effort.
Wait, what? You're just gonna walk away? What, can't handle a little truth? I thought you were tougher than this, Keaton.
No, it's not about that. It's just that I got better things to do with my time than argue with someone stuck in the past. So yeah, I'm out. Later, Dan.
Hey, don't just walk away from me. Keaton!
Keaton, it's been such a long time. It's Mary from F Company. I used to work at the branch office.
Mary, it really has been a while. I hope you've been well. It's great to hear from you.
I'm doing well, thank you. Actually, the reason I'm reaching out is that I've recently received a transfer order. I'm being moved to F Company's headquarters in M City. While I was visiting your company's New York office to introduce myself and meet the new sales representatives, I was surprised to learn that you're now working at a factory in M-Town. Is it true? Are you finally making the move?
Yes, it's true. It's been a long time coming, but my father finally told me it was time to begin. I'll be traveling around a lot for a while, visiting various locations and learning the ropes. But to start, I'm undergoing training at the factory in M-Town, which is close to my hometown. After this, in about 3 months, I'll be heading to the Texas branch for further training.
I see. Well, that sounds like quite the journey. Sounds like you'll be very busy for the next few months. Well, it's a bit sad that we might not get to work as closely together anymore. I hope we can continue to maintain a strong relationship between our companies. I'm looking forward to working with you, even if from a distance.
Absolutely, I feel the same way. Thank you for your continued support, and I look forward to working together with you and F Company in the future.
Actually, there's something else I wanted to mention while I have the chance. If you're available, I'd like to invite you to something. You see, in just about a month, F Company will be celebrating our 20th anniversary. We're planning a special event to commemorate the occasion, and we would be honored if you could attend as a guest.
Wow, has it really been 20 years already? That's incredible! Congratulations to F Company on such a remarkable milestone. It must feel like such an achievement.
Thank you so much. Oh, we're really excited about it. It's a huge event for us, and we're planning a big celebration. And as someone who's been an important part of our business relationship over the years, we would love to have you join us. How does that sound?
Me? Are you sure? I'm honored that you think of me, but I didn't expect an invitation to something like this.
Of course. In fact, your company's senior managing director will be attending as well, representing your company. It'll be a great opportunity to reconnect with him and other industry leaders. You're someone who's played a significant role in our business dealings, so we definitely want you there.
I see. So the senior managing director will be there too. That's quite an event.
Exactly. We're really looking forward to it, and it would mean a lot to have you there.
Wow, since I'll be nearby anyway and it's such a special occasion, I'd be happy to attend. Thank you so much for the invitation, Mary. I'd love to join you for all the celebration.
That's wonderful to hear. I'll make sure to send over all the details about the event soon. I'm really glad you can make it. I know it'll be a fantastic event, and it'll be great to catch up in person.
I'm looking forward to it as well. It sounds like it'll be a memorable evening. Thanks again for thinking of me. I'll see you there.
Absolutely. See you at the party, Keaton.
Take care until then. Hey, what the hell are you doing here? Why are you at our company's anniversary party? This event is for important people, our main clients, stakeholders, and major investors. So how the hell did you get in? What? I don't understand. I'm in charge of managing the guest list for this event, and just a moment ago I saw you walking in. But I'm telling you right now, don't get too comfortable. You're not getting inside. Oh, wait, I see now. F Company is where you work, isn't it? Ha! You think they invited someone from a lowly subcontractor like your factory? You've got to be kidding me. This party is for big players only. There's no way they'd invite someone like you from the bottom rung. You're from a subcontractor. They don't get invites to events like this. Seriously, what were you thinking? You're really overstepping your bounds. No, that's not right. The invitation clearly states that all business partners, regardless of their status as prime contractors or subcontractors, were invited. There's no distinction. Ha! That's rich! You think that just because you're technically a business partner, you belong here? Dude, don't kid yourself. You're nothing but a bottom feeder, and the fact that you're even trying to walk in here is absolutely hilarious. Same old you, always pushing your luck and acting like you belong somewhere you don't. Actually, I have an official invitation right here. And to clarify, I wasn't invited as a subcontractor representative, but for another reason altogether. Sure, like I'm gonna believe you. That invitation is probably fake, right? You went to some shady print shop and had it made up to look real. You don't seriously expect anyone here to believe you're supposed to be here, do you? How about you actually take a look at it before jumping to conclusions? It's a legitimate invitation. Nah, I'm not wasting my time on fake invitations. Why would I bother looking at something so pathetic? You're lucky I'm even giving you the time of day. Well, I'm not here alone. My superior is with me. Oh, you mean that washed-up-looking old guy standing next to you earlier? You think I didn't notice him? What a joke! He looked just like you, another bottom dweller from the lowest tier of society. It's laughable. I seriously can't believe they let people like you near events like this. Listen, that old guy you're talking about is someone pretty high up at the company, and you should really think twice before disrespecting someone like that. I don't know if you realize it, but you're talking to a representative of a business partner. This kind of attitude could really come back to bite you. Right, like I care. All I know is this. Subcontractors from low-class factories are strictly forbidden from entering this party. End of story. Now do yourself a favor and get lost before you embarrass yourself any further. Go back to your little factory where you belong. You're really making a mistake here. I'll just say this. Whatever happens after this is out of my hands, but don't say I didn't warn you.
Keaton, thank you so much for attending our company's 20th anniversary party. We are honored to have you here as a guest.
Mary, thank you. I actually saw you earlier in the lobby near the reception area, but you seemed quite busy running around with preparations, so I didn't want to disturb you. I was hoping to greet you directly, but it's been a little challenging. Where are you right now?
Oh, my apologies for missing you earlier. Yes, things were a bit hectic with the final preparations for the event, but now everything is running smoothly. I'm currently inside the main hall near the entrance to the banquet area. Are you nearby? I can come out to greet you properly.
Well, how do I say this? Unfortunately, I'm currently heading back. Let's just say it's because of an unpleasant situation at the reception area. I don't think I'm going to be able to stay.
Wait, what? Heading back? What happened? Did someone say something to you? Please, tell me what's going on. Did someone make an inappropriate comment?
Yes, actually. There's an employee of your company by the name of Dan, correct? He works in the General Affairs Department, if I'm not mistaken.
Dan? Yes, we have a Dan in General Affairs. He's currently handling some of the reception duties for the event, along with the rest of his team. Oh no. Oh, don't tell me he said something disrespectful to you.
Unfortunately, yes. Dan and I were classmates back in middle school, and it seems he still holds some sort of grudge against me. He found out that I'm currently in the middle of training at the M-Town factory and assumed the worst. Without even letting me explain, he started throwing insults, saying things about how I'm working for a lowly subcontractor and that someone like me doesn't belong at this kind of event.
I can't believe this. Oh, I am so terribly sorry, Keaton. That is completely unacceptable. Please, I insist that you don't let this affect your evening. If it's all right with you, I would be honored if you would still join us at the party. I will personally meet you at the reception area and ensure there are no more issues. You are a valued guest, and I will make sure you're treated as such.
Thank you, Mary. I appreciate your understanding. I'll head back and meet you at the reception area. It's just unfortunate that this happened at all. I didn't expect to be treated like this, especially by an old classmate.
Keaton, please believe me when I say that this is not how we treat our partners, especially someone like you. Dan will be dealt with accordingly, but for now, please let me make it up to you by ensuring you have a pleasant time at the party. I will speak to the reception team and make sure everything is handled smoothly.
I appreciate it, Mary. I'll make my way over now. I didn't want to cause any trouble, but I also didn't want to just leave without saying anything. It's comforting to know you're handling this situation.
Dan, what on earth have you done?
Huh? Oh, it's you, Mary, from the sales department? What's wrong? Did something happen?
You kicked Keaton out of the party, didn't you?
Oh, that? Yeah, I did. Some lowly worker from one of our subcontracted factories had the nerve to try and sneak into the party. So as the person in charge of reception, I made sure to get rid of him immediately. He had no business being here.
What were you thinking? First of all, both subcontractors and main contractors were invited to this event.
Wait, what?
And more importantly, Keaton isn't just any factory worker. He is the heir to A Corporation's CEO, the most important business partner we have. He's their future president.
What?
And the person he was with, that was A Corporation's executive vice president.
The executive vice president?
I can't believe this. What have you done, Dan?
But Keaton works at one of the subcontractor factories in M-Town. How could he be?
That factory has been under A Corporation's umbrella for the last 2 years. Didn't you know that?
It is?
Yes, the operations within the factory haven't changed much, so they're still working closely with our company. But the ownership shifted when A Corporation acquired it.
I didn't know.
Keaton is currently undergoing training in different locations to prepare for his future role as the president of A Corporation. As part of that training, he's working in various branches to understand the operations and experience what it's like on the ground level. Right now, he's stationed at the M-Town factory, which is why you saw him there.
No way! Keaton is gonna be a CEO and he's more important than me?
Yes, and because of your actions, you've just insulted the future head of the company we rely on for business.
I didn't know. I thought he was just some factory worker trying to sneak in. I had no idea he was someone so important. Wait a minute. Weren't you from a single-parent household? Huh? Back in middle school, you were living with just your mom, right? You never mentioned having a dad, let alone one who was the president of a corporation. Well, my parents were both working in different places because of their jobs. From when I was around 10 until I was 15, my dad and I lived apart for about 5 years. What? Why? Around the time my father was offered the position of the next president, he moved to New York for a work assignment. My mother, on the other hand, had a senior position at a local company, and since she couldn't easily quit, she stayed behind. That's why she didn't follow him. When I was ready to attend high school in New York, my mother was finally transferred to the Boston office, which was closer to New York. So now my parents are living together in a nice apartment in New York. No way! I'm pretty sure I explained the whole separate living situation back in middle school multiple times. Wait, what? You had this habit back then of ignoring anything that didn't suit you or conveniently twisting things to fit your own narrative. It seems like even at 30 that hasn't changed. If anything, you've doubled down on it and not in a good way. That's not what I meant. Given your tendency to look down on people you think are in weaker positions, I'm guessing you've been up to your usual antics, haven't you? Well... In any case, the incident at yesterday's party was reported to the higher-ups by Mary, your sales department manager. From what I've heard, that report opened the floodgates. Now there are more complaints coming in about you from other employees and even some of our business partners. Looks like this is being treated as a compliance issue that can't be ignored. That's why you've been put on mandatory leave, right? All you can say is, huh? Shut up! I was working at the main office, and now I'm about to get demoted if I'm lucky. If demotion is all you're facing, you might get off easy. What? Just a guess. I've already received an apology from your company for the incident, and the rest is an internal matter for F Corporation to handle. Wait, so... I've been informed that I'll be notified of the final decision regarding your punishment, so I guess I'll just wait for that. Hold on a second! Stop being so casual about this! Help me out! Help? You? Why? Because we're friends, right? Friends? What part of our relationship resembles friendship? Well, I mean... If you can't answer that, then we're not friends, are we? Wait, please! I'm busy and I don't have time for this. See you around. No, Keaton, wait! Regarding Dan's punishment, to get straight to the point, officially he resigned voluntarily. In reality, he was fired. By the way, F Corp is a local company in our hometown where both Dan and I grew up. As a result, many of the employees are familiar faces, classmates, seniors, and juniors from school. This incident became the catalyst for Dan's bad personality and abusive language to spread throughout the community. Soon enough, even his parents, who were similarly unpleasant, found themselves in a tight spot socially. Eventually, they couldn't bear the shame and left town, abandoning the house where Dan was born and raised. About 6 months after all this, Mary mentioned to me that she saw someone who looked like Dan at a construction site while on a business trip. He was being scolded and carrying materials while sniffling in tears. I can only hope that the tough working conditions straighten out his twisted attitude.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, Brock! Where the hell did you go? Your room's empty. There's not a single thing left. It's like you vanished. Brock, answer me, damn it! I'm not going to waste my whole entire day looking around for where you went. I have to get back to the casino soon as well.
You should have figured it out by now the moment you saw all my stuff was gone. I've decided to move out of the house.
What?
I've already told Mom everything, but seriously, just because I lived there doesn't mean you can dump all the housework on me.
Huh?
It's been affecting my work, so I decided I couldn't stay there any longer.
You quit your job and turned into a shut-in, didn't you? Doing housework is the least you could do. Since you can't contribute money to the house, I figured I'd make you useful in other ways. Just how far are you planning to sink? Look at your brother Mark busting his ass to get an offer from a top company. Why don't you take a page out of his book?
That's the thing. The reason I left my company was to work from home. I'm freelancing now, taking on projects. And that means I can't be home all day doing chores for you.
Freelancing? That's just a fancy way of saying you're a part-timer. And let's be honest, you're not making any money.
Freelancing and part-timing are two completely different things. How many times do I have to explain this? You're not even trying to understand what remote work is about. And besides, you're not working at all right now, Dad.
What?
Yeah, it was around the time I've been working for about 2 years. You inherited Grandpa's fortune and then quit your job, didn't you? You got all high and mighty, spending way too much, and now you've racked up a ridiculous amount of debt because you couldn't stop living the high life.
You knew about that?
The real mystery here is how you thought I wouldn't notice. And on top of that, you owe all that money to Uncle, the same one who paid for my tuition. Just because Uncle's stationed overseas and hard to reach doesn't mean you can slack on paying him back. Do you realize how messed up that is?
I never said I wouldn't pay him back.
Well, you'd better make sure you do. And that's why I'm going to send you some money for the time being, enough to cover rent and living expenses. But there's a catch. You have to start working. I've already talked this over with Mom, and I told her the same thing. You two need to have a serious conversation and figure things out. But as for me, I'm done. I'm never setting foot in that house again.
Whoa, wait a second.
Goodbye.
I can't believe you actually left. You're not even working in the first place. This is unbelievable.
Both parents have no understanding of what it means to work from home. I can't believe you're so out of touch with how the world works nowadays. Remote work is a perfectly normal way to earn a living, and it's becoming more and more mainstream. People don't even blink twice at it anymore, but here we are.
That has nothing to do with the fact that you're not actually working.
I've had enough of this. I'm not even trying to make you understand anymore. I've given up on that. Look, like I said before, I'll keep sending money to help, but only because I don't want to burden Uncle any more than we already have. He's the one who covered my tuition, after all. And for Mark's sake, since he's still in college and living at home, I want to make sure things don't get harder for him. So you better start working seriously.
Brock! Hey, Brock, could you send a bit more money this month?
What? Why? I'm already sending $3,500.
Well, I kind of messed up at the part-time job I started recently, and now I have to pay for damages out of my own pocket.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I guess I'm really not cut out for working after all.
Oh, come on.
I promise I'll find another job soon. But also, starting in 2 months, the rent's going up and utility bills have been sky high lately. You know how it is with water and electricity costs going through the roof. When I put it all together, the only solution is for you to send more money.
I don't know.
Plus, there's still all that debt hanging over us, so I'm really begging you.
Fine, I guess I have no choice.
Hey, Brock, you should really be ashamed of yourself.
What? Dad, you barely ever reach out, and now suddenly you're contacting me just to lecture me? What's this all about?
You've been slacking off on the money you're supposed to be sending lately, haven't you? You think I wouldn't notice?
Wait, what? What are you even talking about?
Don't play dumb. It didn't take me too long to figure it out. It was weird from the start for someone like you working freelance or part-time to be sending us that kind of money. At first, I thought maybe you were just chipping away at your severance package from when you left your job, or maybe you even took out a loan just to keep up appearances. Am I right? But there's no way you could keep that up long term. You're not fooling anyone. I knew sooner or later the well would dry up.
Where are you getting these ideas from?
It's obvious when you think about it, but when I look at Mark now, he's something else. He's doing everything right. He graduated, got a job at a major company this year, and do you know what he's done? He's already started sending us money. It's like you two swapped places. He's stepped up where you've fallen down. Guess how much he's sending us? $5,000, Brock. That's right, $5,000 every month. Mark really knows how to support his family. You should learn something from your younger brother, honestly.
What? $5,000? Mark? Dad, that doesn't make sense. How could Mark, who just started his career fresh out of college, afford to send you that much money every month? And wait a second, what's this about me only sending $5? Where are you getting that from? The $5,000 you're talking about? It's coming from me, not Mark.
You? Are you trying to be funny? You, a part-timer? Don't make me laugh. You're trying to tell me that someone in your position can afford to send that kind of money?
Dad, come on. How many times do I have to explain this? I'm not a part-timer. I'm freelancing. I've told you this before, but you never seem to listen.
Freelancer, part-timer, same difference. At the end of the day, you're still just scraping by. You might think you're doing well, but we both know the truth.
You still don't get it. Fine. How about this? Why don't I just stop sending the money altogether? Would that be better for you?
What?
The money, Dad. I'll stop sending it. You're always saying how it doesn't matter and calling it $5. So if it's that insignificant to you, maybe it's time I stop sending anything.
Go ahead then. Stop sending it. If you think your little contribution makes a difference, then by all means see what happens when you stop. You really think losing $5 is going to hurt us? Come on, Brock, get real.
Dad, I'm telling you, it's not $5, it's $5,000. And you're saying you're okay if I stop? If that's what you want, I'll stop sending the money. But you'd better be sure about this, because once I stop, I'm not going to start again.
You really think we need anything from you? You seriously think losing your tiny contribution would make us struggle? Brock, you've got to stop thinking you're more important than you are. There's no way losing your so-called $5,000 would affect us. We'll be just fine without it, trust me. Mark's already got us covered anyway, so we don't need anything from you.
All right then. If that's how you feel, I guess this is a weight off my shoulders. Not having to send that money anymore is actually going to help me out. I didn't want to bring this up, but lately, the amount I've been sending has been getting out of control. The last few months, I've been sending nearly half of my monthly income to you guys. It's been getting harder and harder to manage my own expenses, and I was starting to realize that this just isn't sustainable for me. I didn't want to say anything because I knew you needed the help, but I've been thinking for a while now that I can't keep this up. But you know, Mark's out of school now, and he's moved out of the house into his company's dorms. He doesn't need me to help pay for his tuition anymore, and it sounds like you guys are getting by just fine with what he's sending. So if you're saying you don't need my help anymore, then I'm gonna take you up on that. I won't send anything from now on.
Good, we don't need your money. It's about time you admitted you were struggling. I knew it all along. You were trying to play the big shot, but you were barely keeping it together, weren't you?
Yeah, you said it yourself. You don't need me to send anything, right? I was planning on transferring this month's money next week, but I guess I'll just hold on to it now. It sounds like you and Mark have everything under control, so I'll stop here.
But...
Nope, no buts. I'm taking your advice and stopping the payments, so thanks for giving me the green light. This'll be the last time we talk about this. I'm done.
Hey, Brock, it seems like this month's allowance hasn't been transferred into my account yet. If you don't send it soon, I won't be able to pay the rent.
Wait, what? Mom, hasn't Dad told you I'm not sending the allowance anymore starting this month?
What? Why not? This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Yeah, Dad said that losing my allowance wouldn't lead to any major hardship. He also said something about how he didn't need my measly little allowance, so apparently I don't need to send it anymore.
What? Oh, that lazy man who quit his job and spends all day lying around the house has no idea what will happen if the $5,000 allowance stops. Does he not understand the consequences?
Yeah, about that, he seemed to think the $5,000 allowance was from Mark, and that I was only sending $5 every month. He was complaining about it.
Wait, what?
I tried explaining that it's been me sending the $5,000, but he didn't believe me. Mom, do you have any idea why he might think that?
Oh no, oh, I messed up. Hey, you!
Huh?
Is it true that you've stopped Brock's allowance?
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, cutting off a measly $5 isn't gonna make much difference.
What have you done?
Look, let's be real. With such a useless son, what difference does it make? Besides, we have Mark now. He's been sending us $5,000 every month from his job at a major company. So I really don't see why we should worry about Brock.
But it's Brock we're talking about.
What about him?
The $5,000 allowance is actually from Brock.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Yes.
But you told me that the $5,000 was from Mark and that recently Brock was only sending $5. How does that even work?
Well, Mark told me he stopped sending money.
Wait, what?
He said that living alone in this expensive city makes it impossible for him to keep sending so much money every month.
So the $5,000 from Mark is actually Brock's money?
Exactly. It turns out that the Brock we thought was a failure is actually doing quite well. I don't want to accept that reality.
But Brock is just a part-timer. In that case, Mark from the major company is the one who's successful.
Well, Brock is actually running his own business now. He's a company president.
Huh?
I didn't believe it at first either, but one of the neighbors showed me a magazine with his face on it, and he was featured in a story. He quit his job, went freelance, and then started his own company. I was forced to accept reality after reading that success story.
Why didn't you tell me this before? Why keep something so important a secret?
I did tell you, but you still don't understand the difference between a part-timer and a freelancer, so it ended up looking like Mark was the one doing well. Oh, you've always favored Mark, bragging about him to the neighbors, and now it's hard to correct that image.
Seriously?
Look, more importantly, we need to ask Brock to restart the allowance. If this keeps up, I won't be able to pay this month's rent or utilities, and I won't be able to pay off my debts. I might not even be able to buy the seasonal new handbag.
Right, and I need to fund my gambling next week. I need to contact him quickly.
I really can't believe you didn't understand this sooner. You've been talking about Brock like he's some kind of a loser, while he's actually doing much better than we thought.
It's just hard to believe. Every time we talked about him, it was always in a negative light. I assumed he was just floundering without any direction, not a successful entrepreneur.
Well, that's the mistake we made. We were so focused on what he didn't have that we failed to see what he was achieving.
This changes everything. I thought he was just wasting his time at home while Mark was making something of himself. I didn't realize Brock was actually working hard in his own way.
Exactly. We need to fix this before it's too late. I mean, we could lose our connection with him, and then where would we be?
I'll reach out to him. Maybe we can talk about getting the allowance back on track, but also find ways to show him we appreciate what he's doing.
Yes, that sounds perfect. Let's not wait too long, or we might lose him.
I'll do it right now.
Good. I really hope we can fix this.
All right, I'll text him right away. Brock! I heard a lot from Mom. It turns out that the allowance of $5,000 you've been sending is real, isn't it? Now that the misunderstanding has been cleared up, let's put everything behind us and move forward. I need you to transfer this month's payment right away. Huh? Why hasn't he read it? Seriously, Brock? Are you ignoring me? I need that $5,000 from you right now!
Actually, the remittances I had been sending were done in consultation with my uncle as a final act of kindness. He told me that if this doesn't work, he would throw my parents into a place where they would be reprimanded, setting up a 24-hour surveillance system to ensure the repayment of their debts. After all this, he confirmed the current situation where the condition of working for the remittances was not being fulfilled. Finally, my uncle decided to take action. As it stands now, my parents have had their means of communication taken away, and it seems they aren't even in America anymore. I feel a sense of relief knowing that I can leave this to my uncle, as he will handle everything effectively. By the way, my younger brother Mark looks genuinely cheerful now, having finally been freed from our parents' overindulgent love. We've always had a good relationship as brothers, and right now we're living together in a certain part of New York City. We've been discussing how we want to lead solid lives, learning from our parents' mistakes and avoiding the same pitfalls. It's a refreshing change to be free from that chaotic environment, and we're both motivated to work hard and build a future that doesn't involve the same struggles our parents faced. Mark has started working at a major corporation, and he's enjoying the stability it brings. He's learning how to manage his finances wisely, unlike our parents, who made reckless decisions that put them in such a dire situation. Watching him flourish is inspiring, and it makes me want to push myself further, too. Living together has its challenges, of course, but we're committed to supporting each other. We share chores, cook meals, and even brainstorm ideas for side projects we can work on together. Mark has this idea of starting a small business that aligns with his interests, and I've been giving him feedback and helping him refine his plans. It's a breath of fresh air to discuss our aspirations without the weight of our parents' expectations or negativity hanging over us. We both agree that maintaining a strong bond and being there for one another is essential. There's a newfound sense of camaraderie that has strengthened our relationship. Sometimes I think back to how things were with our parents. The endless arguing, the mismanagement of money, and the chaos that seemed to follow them everywhere. I realize now how much that environment impacted us. We spent so much time trying to navigate their issues, often sacrificing our own needs in the process. But now, Mark and I can focus on our own paths. We're excited about the opportunities that lie ahead. We even set short-term and long-term goals to help guide our journey. Every week we sit down together to review our progress, making adjustments as necessary, and celebrating our small wins. One of our shared goals is to travel together. We've always wanted to explore different cultures, try new foods, and create lasting memories outside of our old life. We've started saving a little each month, and we've already made a list of places we want to visit, like Chicago, Las Vegas, and even some international destinations like Paris or Berlin someday. We often talk about how this new chapter in our lives is a chance for us to redefine what family means to us. Instead of relying on our parents, we're building a family of our own, one based on mutual respect, understanding, and support. It's liberating to take control of our futures, and we're determined not to repeat the mistakes of our past. Having my uncle involved has been a huge relief. Knowing he has my back allows me to focus on my career and personal growth without constantly worrying about our parents' situation. His actions have shown me the importance of having a solid support system, and it's inspired me to be that kind of support for Mark as well. With all these changes, I've also taken the time to reflect on my own aspirations. I've been considering what I truly want to do with my life outside of just making a living. I want to pursue something meaningful that can help others too. Perhaps getting involved in community service or nonprofit work could be a way for me to give back while fulfilling my personal ambitions. In conclusion, while the path leading up to this point has been tumultuous, I believe it has ultimately shaped us into stronger individuals. Mark and I are not just surviving, we are thriving, and I couldn't be prouder of what we're achieving together. Here's to our journey ahead, to the lessons we've learned, and to the lives we will build, one step at a time. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Ava, are you out being a boring business girl yet again today? I'm sure you meant that to be a funny diss or something, but you're the only one that's laughing right now. Must mean you have nothing going on, like usual. Oh, well, I'll have you know that I'm actually super busy right now. So busy, in fact, that you should be thankful I'm taking the time to talk with you now. Even though you aren't working a job, are you at least busy enough to help Mom with her hospital bills now that she's back in the hospital again? Because right now, I'm the only one that's been doing anything to support her through this battle. I don't have to work for myself or any of you guys. I already get enough from Dad's inheritance as it is, so I'm fine. You do realize that you took most of that money from Mom, so it's not something to brag about. If I remember correctly, the amount he gave to you in his will disappeared in a matter of days, right? Did you end up spending all of that on different guys or something? And that's why Mom allowed you to have some of her money? Yeah, I sure did spend it going out with some other men, but what's wrong with that? And either way, it would eventually become my money once she's gone. Oh, and you decided to give up your inheritance to Mom, right? I suppose when you work a lot and have no free time to spend any of your earnings, there's no point in getting an inheritance anyway. So why not let me have more money if you're not going to spend it? I never said that I gave any of that money given to me away. Please stop trying to overstep your boundaries and make up lies about what I say, okay? And by the way, don't you think you should come to see Mom in the hospital at some point? She's been asking to have us both here as we're her only family, and it's lonely without the two of us. I don't really care to at the moment, and luckily I have you to be by her side for me. After all, you are way too serious to do anything besides be by Mom's side, you loser. That's probably the reason why Jason cheated on you as well. What are you on about? Are you telling me that you found out that Jason is cheating on me? Because I told him to keep all of that a secret so we didn't get questioned anymore. It's not just that I found out about it, but the fact that he's cheating on you for me. Huh? You really never knew about that? Thank goodness I finally told you, or you'd be stuck wondering about that forever, and it would make things harder to explain when we decide we want to get married. Guess that's what happens when you're too busy for your own man, though, huh? Mia, what the hell? You already had a time where you were messing around with other people's husbands, yet you still didn't learn your lesson then when you were found out about? And this time you've gone after my husband? How far are you planning to go with all of this bullcrap? Well, come on. Jason told me that you were never home to spend time with him, so he was getting fed up with the time he was wasting. And so when I realized all of that, I flirted with him a little, and he sure did take that bait real quick. It must have been months since you two did anything with each other as well, because our first night out, he was on top of me faster than I could have ever imagined. What? And now, Jason and I are in the middle of getting ready for a little romantic vacation together. We decided to take a trip out to the Bahamas to stay at a resort and get all comfortable with each other, if you know what I mean. What the frick? We plan to be here for 2 weeks, so don't expect to see us for a little while, and don't even try contradicting one of us. Not only are you going to tell me you're making love to my husband, but now you're saying you guys went on a romantic trip? And where the heck are you getting the money to go on that trip? You don't have that kind of money right now, right? What are you talking about? I have the money from Dad, but this time Jason told me that the trip was on him. Wait, Jason's paying? Oh, we're about to be flying out of the country, so we both won't be able to text you for a little while. Wait. And once we have Wi-Fi, I'm still keeping my phone off because I don't want this trip wasted listening to you complain all the time. But our mom is in the hospital right now. The doctor even told me that right now is looking pretty difficult for her and that she'll need to be here for a while to get all of the treatments she needs. You do realize that doctors are always blowing that crap out of proportion just so they can get all of the extra money from those needless operations, so I'm not worried. But you still don't understand that, so you'll just have to waste all your money on nothing. Mia! See you later! Jason! What the hell have you been doing with my little sister? Going after my sister like that while you are married to me is frickin' ridiculous.
Crap! I thought I turned off my phone for the time being, but I must have just put it to sleep for a little bit.
Well, thank God for that. So are you going to explain to me now what the hell is going on with you two? Are you actually cheating on me with my little sister?
Sure am. Turns out that I love Mia now. I've never felt myself so attracted to a woman until now, and man, does it feel amazing.
You're just going to brag about how much you love her right in front of me? Well, we'll get to all of this later. Right now, my sisters and my mom is in the hospital, and that would be your mother-in-law. Do you really think right now is the time to be having an affair with my sister in the Bahamas?
Stop trying to act like I'll start feeling bad about her being in the hospital while I'm trying to have fun here.
Seriously?
All right, I think that's enough of you already for today.
Wait, Jason.
I want to spend these next few weeks focusing on Mia, and even losing a second of that listening to you is such a waste. So go ahead and enjoy your time sitting in the hospital waiting for her to get better. And how about if you enjoy it a little for your sister and I as well? And on a final note, when we get back, we are getting divorced right away.
Is that so? Well, don't act like this will all be over by the time you're both back. Ava, I'm home. I'm back in the country now, so I've decided to turn my phone back on for you. Mia? I can't believe how awesome those 2 weeks with Jason were in the Bahamas. He sure is such a compassionate and loving man. And so, now that we're back, your time is up and you need to get going on packing your things and leaving this house. It's all your fault. It is all your fault that Mom passed away. Huh? The day that you two turned off your phones was the day things took a turn for the worst with Mom. And to add to that, the funeral for her is already over with. And the burial and everything is also finished. What? What are you talking about now? And why are you acting like this is all my fault? You know how 3 months ago Mom had already become pretty ill and was having trouble living on her own, right? Well, before Dad passed away, he had given Mom a ring to wear to remember him by. And so when she was in the hospital, she planned on wearing that ring to have a sense of him still being beside her. However, when she looked inside the ring box for said ring, it was not in there. And just like that, Mom had started to head downhill. But do you know what really broke her heart? It was the note that was left in there saying that the ring was going to waste, so it had to be sold for some good money. And just as I thought, that note was written in your dang handwriting. Ah. And so the very next day, after she had lost all hope, she breathed her final breath. Do you understand the despair you created for Mom after taking away the only thing that kept her attached to Dad? I was able to call all around town to see if there were any jewelry stores that had the ring, but by the time I had finally found where it was and had them send it to us, it was too late. And that is such a crappy story that there's no way Mom dying could be seen as my fault. And no matter what you try and say, that ring was going to be mine eventually. The only thing that happened was the timing of me selling it was a bit too soon. I don't think so. All of Mom's things that you expected to get from her were never going to go to you. Huh? I was under the impression that you didn't want to inherit any of her things, and since I'm the only other sister, I'd be allowed to have all her things. I think I told you that I never made that promise with her things. Then how the heck do you know that she wasn't giving me anything? Because I have Mom's will right here with me. Huh? It says here that instead of giving you anything in the will, she wanted to keep it all away from you as a way of you paying her back for selling her precious ring. Huh? And don't think that this document isn't official because I watched her write it all. And not only that, her lawyer was with us when writing everything down, so it's a legal document saying that everything is to go to me after she passes. Really, this all has to be a joke, right? Everything I'm telling you right now is a fact, Mia. And I made sure to have this paperwork all dealt with while you were on vacation with my husband having an affair, so now there is no point in trying to rewrite anything. What the... So now, before you try to run away from this, hurry up and get back here. And if you still want to run away, at least run all the way to hell or something, because it is about time you realize all your sins and pay for them. Please, Ava, what is this all about Jason not being the CEO of his company? Why the hell are you the CEO? Oh, so you're on about that now, huh? Well, that's why I thought it was so funny that you said that Jason had paid for your guys' trip to the Bahamas. Hey, why did he lie to me? And why are you the CEO? Wasn't that company the one that Jason's father founded and led? So shouldn't that make Jason the CEO right now? Right. Half a year ago, Jason was the CEO of this company. Huh? Then why are you now the CEO of that company? Well, it turns out that Jason wasn't really meant to be a leader of any company, as he just couldn't keep up with the workload. And so I was later told that if I wanted to, I could take his place and lead the company. Of course, the company was a bit concerned by this option at first, but when they realized I was the only one that could keep the company from collapsing, they came to me and asked. Of course, after the change, Jason was allowed to stay in the company as an employee, but his ego was way too big and he quit a few days after. And ever since then, Jason has been relying on me to bring in all the money into our household. In other words, he's like a freeloader. Yeah, he doesn't work and lives off me. Wait, but that's really bad for me then. I was hoping that he'd be willing to pay for me now that I have no money, but that hope is long gone. I just can't believe that he was relying on you. Yeah, and by the way, I'd really like you to pay me back for that ring you stole, okay? All in one payment if you don't mind. Wait, I can't do that now. Well, you sold that ring without even telling anyone, so I'd like my money back just as easily as it was stolen from me. But I just thought that Jason would have the money to pay Mom or you back someday. That's why I went and sold it thinking everything would be fine. But now that I know he has no money and no job, everything has changed for me. I'm not going to start feeling bad just because your stupid plan didn't work out for you. Oh, and along with all of this, I've gone ahead and sold Mom's house since she gave it to me. Huh? So if you've gone back there thinking you could stay there, then you have until next week to get out, okay? But Ava! What's up, my ex-husband?
What do you mean, ex-husband?
I already handed in all the divorce paperwork.
Crap! You handed that all in?
Huh? You thought I wouldn't divorce you after all you've done to me?
Well?
The fact that I didn't even divorce you after learning you were with someone else was rare of me. But after having that affair with my own little sister?
I just thought that you'd let me be because I gave you that position as CEO, and I thought that was more than enough.
Didn't you tell me 6 months ago that if you didn't find a new place to work after you left, it was okay for me to leave you? Well, those 6 months are over, and I still haven't even seen you try to work a job. Instead, just going out with Mia and spending all my money.
Well, but...
I'm not screwing around with you anymore, Jason. That was the promise you made to me half a year ago, so it's time we ended things between us. So I don't even want to hear a single complaint from that hole of yours about me being unfair to you.
But...
Now that I have made myself clear, I'd like you to go ahead and pay off that settlement.
Well, but I have no money!
I thought your dad had shown you a place that was hiring.
I don't want to work for that stupid factory out in the middle of the industrial park. And I've heard that the boss there doesn't like to hire people that get divorced over being unfaithful.
Oh, that lady? Isn't that the lady that tried to talk with you a while back? Well, aren't you so happy that you can try and get her to support you? Just lie about the divorce we had and say it was my fault. And then maybe she'll marry you as your sugar mama.
No way! Please, Ava, I'd like for us to get back together.
No thanks. The agonizing life of having to pay for their sins finally began. It wasn't just karma catching up to them. It was the slow, grinding punishment that seeps into every corner of your life, suffocating you bit by bit until there's nothing left but regret and the bitter taste of your own mistakes. At first, I watched their downfall from a distance, almost in disbelief. These were the people I had once trusted, once loved. The ones who had smiled in my face while stabbing me in the back. I couldn't look away, even if part of me wanted to. It was like watching the final act of a tragedy I had never asked to star in. But now it was no longer my tragedy, it was theirs. And I was content to stand at the edge of the stage, arms folded, watching as the curtains fell. Let's begin with my little sister Mia. If there was ever someone who thought the world existed to serve her, it was Mia. My sister had always been the type who acted first and never thought about the consequences. She loved the thrill of it all, the attention, the chaos, the drama. She wore recklessness like a crown, and for a while it worked. She got what she wanted. She played with people like puppets, bending them to her will, discarding them when she got bored. She believed herself untouchable, unstoppable, invincible. But life has a way of humbling even the most arrogant of souls. And when that moment finally came for Mia, it was brutal. For a long time, she had been living under our mother's roof, running wild, disappearing for days at a time. She thought she was untouchable, hiding behind the walls of the house where we had both grown up, using it as her fortress of lies and manipulation. She surrounded herself with men, luring them each into her little web of deceit. Each one thought they were special, that they were the only one, but the truth was, they were just numbers to her, placeholders to keep her entertained. She had no respect for them or their families, no regard for the lives she was tearing apart in the process. Eventually, though, the truth surfaced. It always does. One by one, the wives and girlfriends of the men Mia had been sleeping with started connecting the dots. The lies unraveled, and the fury that followed was nothing short of an inferno. Lawsuits came pouring in, legal threats, demands for compensation. It was chaos. And Mia, who once strutted around like a queen, suddenly found herself trapped in the rubble of her own kingdom. When the dust finally settled, the financial cost of her recklessness hit her like a freight train. $150,000. That's what she owed. An amount that might as well have been $1 million for someone like her. The fear in her eyes when the final numbers came in, I wish I could say I felt sorry for her, but I didn't. She had earned every cent of that debt. It was the price of playing with other people's hearts and lives like they were toys. And just when she thought it couldn't get worse, reality hit her again, harder this time. Jason, the man she thought was her ticket out of this mess, told her he was leaving her. But Mia, ever the manipulator, had already made the decision to cut him loose. He had no more value to her. His pockets were empty, his status worthless. He was no longer the golden goose she had tricked him into thinking he was. So they parted ways, both of them bitter and empty-handed, blaming each other for the ruins they stood in. From what little I hear, Mia is still out there somewhere, clawing for scraps, trying to earn enough to pay off what she owes. But I'm not part of her world anymore. I cut her off entirely. I don't answer her calls. I don't respond to her messages. She's on her own, and as much as it stings to say it, that's where she belongs now. She made her bed, and now she has to lie in it, without me there to soften the blow. Now, let's move on to Jason, my ex-husband, the man who stood at the altar and made promises he never intended to keep, the man who looked me in the eyes and told me he loved me while he was betraying me behind my back. When everything fell apart, I made sure he understood that our chapter was closed for good. The house we had once shared, it was under my name, and I made damn sure he would never set foot in it again. But I didn't stop there. I didn't just kick him out. I sent all his belongings to that factory boss's wife, the woman he had been having an affair with. I wanted them to face each other, to have no choice but to confront the mess they had made. I imagined the awkward conversations they'd have as they unpacked the boxes together. It was petty, I'll admit it, but it felt good. It felt like the kind of petty justice that fit perfectly with the crimes they committed. A few days later, I got a payment from her. She paid off every penny Jason owed me. I didn't even have to chase him for it. She wrote the check, probably to make sure I stayed out of their lives. Fine by me. They could have each other. They could rot together in the little fantasy world they built on lies and betrayal. And now Mia and Jason are both stuck in their own personal hells, isolated, bitter, full of resentment. Their lives are exactly what they deserve, empty, lonely, and suffocating. They burned every bridge they ever had, and now they get to live in the ashes. And me? I get to walk away, knowing I'll never have to see their faces again. That is its own kind of freedom. But there was still one last thing I had to do, one last tie to the past that I needed to sever before I could finally move on with my life. The ring. My mother's ring. The one my father gave her when they were young, when they still believed in things like love and loyalty. That ring had meant everything to her. It was a symbol of a bond that no one could break, a reminder of the life they had built together. And after everything that happened, I couldn't stand to see it sitting in a box, gathering dust, becoming nothing more than a reminder of pain and betrayal. So I wrapped it up carefully, placed it in a little velvet box, and drove to the cemetery. It was a cold day, gray skies hanging heavy overhead. The air smelled like rain. I sat by her grave, the weight of everything that had happened pressing down on me. I told her everything, every betrayal, every lie, every heartbreak. I told her how Mia and Jason had finally gotten what they deserved. I told her how justice had been served in the most fitting way possible. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like she was listening, like she was sitting there beside me, nodding, maybe even laughing a little at the absurdity of it all. I dug a small hole next to her headstone and placed the ring inside. I whispered to her that now she could have it back. Now she could feel close to Dad again. Maybe it was silly. Maybe it was pointless, but in that moment, it felt right. It felt like closure. As I stood there, staring at the little patch of dirt where the ring now rested, I realized something. I wasn't angry anymore. I wasn't bitter. I wasn't haunted by the ghosts of what could have been. For the first time in what felt like forever, I was free. Free from them, free from the past, free from the weight of carrying their sins on my back. I walked away from the graveyard that day with my head held high. The city lights flickered in the distance, a reminder that life moves on, no matter how broken we feel inside. And as I walked toward my car, I smiled. I had survived the storm. I had weathered every betrayal, every heartbreak, every knife in the back. And now, finally, I could let it all go. I was done being their victim. I was done clinging to the past. I was ready to live again. But even as I walked away from that grave, as the cold wind tugged at my coat and the sky above threatened rain, something inside me trembled. There was relief, yes, a weight lifted, but there was also something else lingering in the quiet, a hollow, aching stillness. I had spent so long consumed by revenge, by bitterness, by the need to make them pay, that now I wasn't sure what to do with myself. For months, maybe years, my life had revolved around anger. It had been the fuel that got me out of bed, that pushed me forward when I wanted to crumble. And now that it was over, I stood there in the emptiness, uncertain. The truth was, letting go was harder than I thought it would be. I sat in my car for a long time, hands gripping the steering wheel, staring at the cemetery gates. I thought about my mother, about how she had spent her entire life devoted to a family that, in the end, betrayed her memory. How she had loved us, protected us, believed the best in us, even when we didn't deserve it. And maybe that was the cruelest part of it all, that she died never knowing how far we had fallen. Or maybe, in some way, she always knew. Maybe she saw it coming and tried to protect me from it. I leaned my head back against the seat, closed my eyes, and breathed. For the first time in a long time, I let the tears come. They slid down my cheeks silently, like apologies whispered to no one. I wasn't crying for Mia or Jason. I wasn't even crying for my mother. I was crying for myself, for the girl I used to be, the one who believed in happy endings, in loyalty, in love that lasted. That girl was gone now. She had been shattered by betrayal, and what remained was someone harder, colder, sharper around the edges.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.